Welcome to Focus Today. I'm your host, Perry Atkinson, but we have another host here, and he is Mr. Tim Elbert, better known as the Timinator, and the only thing I do is sit back and learn things. He's from the Four Seasons Nursery, and we're going to take your calls today, and if you'd like to ask a question of Tim about what to do or not to do in your yard, because I think this is kind of the tuck your yard in weekend. Wouldn't you kind of say that?
That's a great way to put it, yes. Yeah.
Tuck your yard in weekend. And so if you have any questions, here's what you do. It's pretty simple. You just give us a call, 541-776-5770, 541-776-5770. And we'll take your phone calls. And when you call in, your name's going in the hat, and you're going to win a $20 gift card from Four Seasons. Now, you can put that towards a live Christmas tree. You could put that towards plants. You can put that towards anything.
Yeah, you can put it towards weed killer.
See, I did notice everything's popping up real fast. You have that kind of that pre-winter flourish of green stuff out there.
Yes, yeah.
And then it'll get cold and it'll die, and that's a secret because it'll come back with a vengeance.
Yes, and a lot of them won't actually die over the winter.
Really?
They'll just kind of sit there, and then in the spring they will bolt. They'll take off, and then they'll put out blooms and seed and be everywhere. So you want to get those under control right now.
Okay, so by the way, if you got any questions about your yard, give us a call. 776-5770 is the number, and get your name in the hat for a gift card, $20 over there at the Four Seasons Nursery. You got any questions about moving plants, cutting things back, spraying for weeds? I notice all the, what's so interesting? For the most part, we've had a drought, what, 3 years now?
Right.
And my lawn situation, it pretty much all went to heaven.
In a handbasket.
And what's interesting about it is everything around it now is green.
Uh-huh.
I mean, since the rain and the cooler temperatures, it's got that little fuzzy green and everything out there that normally does. And the parts of my lawn that are alive is green, but now I see I really have a problem. I have big chunks that are just flat dead.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have any sympathy for me?
No, I don't. No, we've tried.
And it didn't work.
We might need to get you some junipers or something.
Yeah, there you go. All right, anyway, give us a call, 541-776-5770. Get your name in the hat for a gift card over there at Four Seasons. I want to talk live Christmas trees in a minute, but first of all, let's take some phone calls. Hi, Helen. Are you there, Helen?
Hi, good morning to you.
Yeah. What's your question about your rose bush?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's time to trim them and at the same time fertilize them.
Well, yes, you want to trim them now, but no, you don't want to fertilize them. So what I do this time of year is I would cut back them about waist high or so, kind of a cleaning cut. And we don't want to do our full pruning on them yet. We're just going to do that clean up prune. Clean everything up around them and then dormant spray them. You'll want to spray them with a copper spray just to try to get rid of any fungal spores that might be laying around over the winter that might cause you some problems in the spring. So those are the two big things. As far as feeding them goes, they're not going to use any fertilizer right now. They're going dormant, so wouldn't feed them at all.
Well, I've got these little brown mushrooms growing around the base of it. Well, what would I do without killing the rose bushes?
Well, just smash them down. They'll go away. Yeah. They're not hurting anything. They're just growing in the mulch that's down there. You can even rake them up as you're raking up any of the leaves and debris that's left behind and get rid of them that way.
Okie dokies.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
All right, the phone number is 776-5770. If you have any questions about what to do in the yard, this is kind of tuck your yard in weekend for the winter. There are some things that will bloom and stuff like that, but for the most part, you want to get your yard ready to go in through some very cold temperatures. Looks like some rain and snow mixed. So if you have any questions, the number to Tim here at the studio is 776-5770. Now that is a special number just for Tim Elbert. We have had to put in his own line. 541-776-5770. When your name goes in the hat when you call in, your name goes in the hat for a Four Seasons Nursery gift card, $20 gift card. Good stuff. All right, mushrooms in the lawn. Now, Steve has mushrooms in his lawn.
Yes.
And I was going along trying to act like you. Didn't work. I got this far. Number one, that means your lawn is wet. That means your lawn has a lot of shade. And that means you have to put something white on your lawn, and I couldn't remember what the white stuff was. What is it?
Lime.
Lime,
yes.
Of course.
Yeah,
lime. Okay.
So usually the pH means your pH is too low. So adding lime raises that pH, sweetens that soil, and keeps those mushrooms from growing in the lawn. So yeah, a good application of lime. Now we use it at about 25 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So
That's
kind
pretty.
of roughly, so you put quite a bit of it down and
let the rain take it in.
let the rain take it in. Yeah, be in great shape.
Okay for pets?
Yeah, yeah.
It won't
very
hurt
safe.
pets?
No.
All right, so Steve, if you're listening, watching out there, it's lime that you put on your lawn to do away with the mushroom. That means your pH is too low or too high?
It means your pH is too low. It means you have an acid soil. And so bringing that pH up sweetens that soil or makes it more alkaline. And we want to be in around 6 to 7 with our pH. Okay. Usually when you're starting to see the mushrooms in the lawn, it's usually a sign that your pH is down around 4 or 5, even lower.
Okay.
So.
All right, let's go back to the phones again. When you call in and ask Tim a question, your name's going in a hat for a $20 gift card there at the Four Seasons Nursery. Hey, Keith, what's going on?
Good morning.
Hey.
It's chilly out here in Cave Junction. Question about using oak leaves as a mulch, since you were talking about machine mulching.
Right.
And in a garden, raised bed garden, I was told by somebody, not a good idea. What do you think?
Well, if it's the oak leaves from this year, it would be better to allow them to compost for a year first before you put them on. Oak leaves break down a little slowly, so put them through a mulcher or a shredder to shred them up helps out a little bit, but they release a lot of tannins, which are acids that will bring the pH way down and may cause some problems for some of the plants that you want to plant in your garden. So once those tannins have leached out, though, the oak leaves are fantastic. So fresh, I would suggest not. Get them in a compost pile or something and compost them first, then go ahead and use them. You're in good shape.
Thank you. Your compadres in the business are spot on. You just confirmed what they said. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad I could confirm.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, good. Somebody keeps their job. Okay.
Yeah, me.
All right, 7765770 if you have a question for Tim today. And I think this is a great weekend. I think you're going to have tomorrow possibly to get a lot of things done. But most of this weather that we see with this system, which is rain and snow mix and cooler temperatures, probably going to hit us around Sunday or so.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So yeah, we've got a little bit of time today and tomorrow to get some stuff done in the yard, and highly recommend that we get out there and get it done. If we wait, it just makes it a little more difficult to do.
Okay. All right, I think we're getting our first call from Hawaii. Levi, what's going on with your pineapple?
Hey, I'm actually not in Hawaii. I'm in Oregon. But I want to grow pineapple, and I want to know what's the best way to do it.
Okay, well,
move to Hawaii.
Yeah, move to Hawaii. There you go. No, you can grow pineapples. Pineapples because we know pineapples grow in very tropical conditions, and so we want to mimic those conditions the best way possible. So higher humidity, plenty of sunshine and heat. So if you're doing this in the house, you want to put it in the brightest area you possibly can, and keep the soil on the moist side and fairly well drained, good heat. You want them to be never below 40 degrees, but really you want them to be kind of between 60 and 80, right in there. So, so if you've got a nice warm spot in the house, you can do it. You can grow them. They're not going to be as fast growing as they would be in Hawaii, of course. So don't expect that you're going to have a pineapple anytime soon. Give it some time to produce and grow, and you should be in pretty good shape.
Can it be with like light bulb sunlight?
As long as they're full spectrum light bulbs, and as long as there's plenty of them. So typically just like a spotlight on it, it won't be enough. You're going to need to have it near a nice bright window and supplement the light with something. But you should be in pretty good shape if you can do that. So.
Okay.
Did you ever find out how to grow a jackfruit?
No, I didn't.
You're supposed to look that up. I called in before. You didn't know.
All right.
Thanks, Levi.
All right, now I've got homework.
Okay, there you go. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take more calls. Sherry and Susan, hold on, and others. You want to join us, 776-5770. Get your name in the hat for a $20 gift card out there at the Four Seasons Nursery. We'll be right back with Tim Elbert.
Hi, I'm Paulina, and I work at theDove TV. Did you know that when you support theDove TV, you have a profound impact, not only in our community, but around the world? It's your continued support that takes the inspiration and hope in the programs we produce and makes them available to the thousands of people who are watching these videos online every week. Help bring encouragement and hope to our valley and beyond by making a secure online donation today at our website, thedove.us.
Okay, we're back with Tim Elbert. He heads up the Four Seasons Nursery here in the Medford area, and no matter where you are, you can call in and get your name in the hat for a $20 gift card from the Four Seasons Nursery. And whatever question you might have, this is going to be the weekend I think you're going to kind of tuck your yard in for the winter. And if you have any questions about what you should do with moving, spraying, cutting, trimming, whatever, give them a call, 541-776-5770. And get your name in the hat for a $20 gift card. Before I go back to the calls quickly, live Christmas trees, you're going to have them.
Yes. In fact, the spruces just came in.
Really?
So, yep. So there's some beautiful spruces in already.
So somebody can come out and select it and just leave it there until they can get it, huh?
Absolutely, yes. We'll tag it for you, set it aside so nobody else can have it. And
there you go.
Yep.
There's an incentive. Go to the nursery and get first pick.
Yep. And we'll even deliver it. So.
Get first pick. All right, let's go back to the phone. Sherry, thank you so much for waiting. What's going on?
Well, good morning. When you were talking about your lawn, I was thinking about my lawn. And yes, last weekend when we were out working in the yard, I'm noticing, I'm going to call it crabgrass. I know that there's a whole variety. It's long, it's stringy, it has tendrils that get into every flower bed, but it's taken over my yard with all of this drought conditions. So what I'm wondering is there something I can do right now to blast that stuff so it is not able to be so prolific perhaps next spring?
Well, maybe. How's that for an answer? So first of all, identifying the type of grass is important. So we'll want to make sure. It sounds like it's Bermuda grass. Crabgrass is going to grow clumps, whereas Bermuda grass has those long tendrils that go throughout. So it sounds more like Bermuda grass. And so if it's Bermuda grass, there is a product that will kill it without killing your lawn. And you can spray it on there, although you don't want to spray it in your shrub beds and flower beds because it will kill your shrubs and flowers. So clean it out as much as you can and then spray what you can't with the Turflawn ester. That's what it's called. And you should have pretty good control. Now, the Turflawn ester does require temperatures to be in the, above 50 degrees. So our temperatures are looking like they're going to be a little lower. So I'm not so sure how well it's going to work right now. So if you can get it kind of cleaned up and maintained, it probably isn't going to grow a lot over the winter. So you can watch it and keep an eye on it. And then in spring, when it starts to push, you can use the Turflawn ester then and probably have better success.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. All right.
So that's where the maybe comes in. If we have enough warm weather this fall, you probably could, but I just don't see that happening.
No, I think
Yeah.
we've missed the window.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. Hi, Susan. What's going on?
I need some help on planting a shrub.
Okay. A shrub that you already have?
Yes.
Okay, the green.
Well, no, I have a southeast corner of my lawn.
Okay.
Am I on the phone yet?
Yeah, no, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay, in the southeast corner of my lawn, in the back, I have about a 15 by 15 foot area, but it's kind of shaded by my neighbor's trees. And I was wondering if I want to fill it in, and I was wondering, would pampas grass or a burning bush be suitable in that area?
Yes to either one. Now, of course, the pampas grass would be more green through the winter time, but the burning bush would give you the beautiful fall colors, those bright reds, fiery reds for fall, and then be a nice shrub through the spring and summer as well. So it kind of would depend on what look you're looking for that area, but either one should do well in that location. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrific. I just want to thank you because I love your nursery. It's kind of like become my second home.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, either one of those plants that you plant, you want to make sure the green side goes up when you plant it. So that's my planting advice for the day.
Thank you.
Green side up.
Okay, see you, Susan. Thank you. You may want to look around in all the nook and crannies before you close the gate at night and see if Susan's still in the yard there somewhere. All right. Anyway, if you want to join the conversation, 541-776-5770, and your name goes in the hat for a $20 gift card from Four Seasons right there. Okay? Check it out. All right. Hi, Tom. Thanks for waiting. What's going on?
Good morning.
Hey.
I think my volume's turned down. Are you there?
Yeah, we're there. Are you?
This is Tom. Yes, I'm here. Hey, is there anything I could plant to take out all the marijuana growers around my place?
That's a very good question. Not that I can think of. You plant lots of gardenias because they smell nice.
Are you there? Oh. I think we're losing you, Tom. We're losing you. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, Tom. We're losing him. You may want to plant some federal agents around because
there's an idea.
Because it's still illegally federally.
Yep.
You know, even though it's legal. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to hi. There you go. Hi, Joanne. Thanks for waiting. What's up?
Hi, I have a question about pruning trees. We have one tree, it's a maple, and it just keeps going straight up. And I'm wondering when you would, or how you would, well, mostly when you would top it off so maybe it would, like, grow out a little more. And then I have other trees that I got them little tiny from the Arbor Day, organization, and now they're just like bushes. And I wanted to see, when I would be able to trim those lower ones so that they would grow up.
Okay, so let's start with the second question first. Trimming those, you can prune those anytime now because they're dormant now. Trimming them is not going to hurt them a bit. So go ahead and do that. You can get into them to see, select your nice, your thickest, straightest trunks and utilize those. Cut everything else off. If you need to stake them, stake them at that time to keep them from growing wild and crazy. It may take a couple of years to staked and then they'll be fine. As far as your maple tree that is growing tall and not spreading out, you can top that at this time of year. You can basically top it any time you want in its life cycle. So feel free to do that. But there are some versions of maples that are upright and columnar growing. And so topping one of those is not going to solve your problem. It'll just be that way because that's the way the tree grows. So if you top it and it still just grows upright and doesn't spread out, then it may just be the variety you have.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you. All right, again, 776-5770 is the number if you want to talk to Tim and get your name in the hat for a drawing for a $20 gift card out there at Four Seasons. And this is kind of the weekend where you might want to just end up tucking everything in for the season, you know?
Yep, cutting all those perennials back and cleaning up the leaves and trimming back the grasses. All that stuff goes on right now, getting the veggie garden all mulched and ready for winter, and then you can sit back and
watch TV.
Yeah, and watch Dove TV. So
that's the right answer. Okay, hi Midge.
I got one answer right.
Hi Midge.
Hi, good morning.
Hey.
I'm wondering if you can grow alstroemeria in a pot in the house. I have a lot of them in my garden. And somebody told me that you could cut a piece out of the garden, put it in a pot, and you can grow it in the house.
I've not been successful getting them to bloom indoors, but yes, they can grow inside and be just fine. But boy, I've not had them be able to bloom indoors. That's been my struggle. But if you can get them to bloom inside, have at it.
So I can divide them up out in the yard, too, once they get to a certain size and plant them in a different part of the yard as well?
Absolutely, yeah. They're kind of like peonies in that you can dig them up and divide them and move them around and replant them, and they do great.
It's a lot easier than buying the big pot.
Yes, and since you brought up alstroemeria, we will have the I think it's called Rock and Roll, the new one that was new this last year. We have a bunch of those for next year too. It is the one with the variegated kind of white and green leaves and the red flowers. Fantastic.
I have it with a white flower.
Oh no, this has got a red flower, just brilliant red. It's a beautiful one. So yeah, we have lots of those on order for next year.
Okay, thank you. God bless you guys. I love you both.
All right, thanks, Midge. All right, 776-5770. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more before the break. Melanie, hi, thanks.
Good morning. I have a thundercloud tree, that I had cut down because it was intruding over our roof and everything. It was a mess, about 25 years old. And the gentleman came back about 3 months later to grind the stumps for some reason. And I have probably 5 and 6 foot tall suckers that are now out in my area where the thundercloud tree was. How do I get rid of those?
Okay. Well, basically, the best thing to do is to cut them off. And if they start to come back, use a product put up by Fertilome called Brush and Stump Killer. And you can just spray that right on, and that will help to keep that from happening. They need leaf surface for them to soak that stuff in and take it through the plant and into the root systems to kill it off. So you're going to want to do it when there are leaves on there. So for now, because we're going into fall, just cut everything off as close to the ground as you can, and then watch for that to come back again in spring.
Is that the same type of product that kills berries also?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be out to pick it up after I get my gift certificate.
Okay. No problem. We'll have it ready for you.
Have a wonderful day. And it's good to hear that the alsties can be broken and put around. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Melanie. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And you can still call and get your name in the hat for this $20 gift certificate. You could win it. Then maybe Melanie's going to win it. I don't know. But anyway, here's the number, 541-776-5770. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with Tim Elbert.
Hi, I'm Paula, and I work at theDove TV. Every day we get letters and emails from people who've been encouraged, blessed, and challenged by the programs on theDove TV. But we couldn't do it without you. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us continue to bring inspiration and hope to our community by making a secure online donation at our website, thedove.us, or call us at 541-776-5368.
Okay, we're back and delighted to have with us our good buddy Tim Elbert's in the house. He heads up Four Seasons Nursery. If you've never been out there, you are missing it. Go out Highway 62 and get off on Vilas Road and just go up about a half mile there on the frontage road, and you can't miss it. And they're the place that delivers all these beautiful hanging baskets. You were in every town in Southern Oregon this year, weren't you? I mean, you were in
just
Eagle
about,
Point,
yeah.
Central Point, a little bit in Medford, Talent, Phoenix, and Ashland.
Yes, and Rogue River.
And Rogue River.
Yeah.
Wow, those beautiful hanging baskets. That's kind of their signature project. And that comes from your dad's greenhouses, huh?
Yes, yep. And some exciting new stuff for next year. So expect to see maybe something other than just petunias next year. Yeah.
You guys do a little
experimenting, a little playing around, and so the petunias will still be there because nothing beats those petunias. But there'll be. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but we definitely have some plans for some other things too. So.
All right, when you call in today, your name's going in a hat for a $20 gift card from Four Seasons, which is great for this time of the year because you can use it for anything, and including a live Christmas tree. And the new Christmas, which ones are in the blue spruce?
The baby blue spruce,
okay,
which is the dwarfer blue spruce.
How big
and they
are those?
are fantastic. We've got several sizes, from just some little small tabletop sizes up to some 6-footers that are just fabulous. Really nice, thick, full trees. Our grower does a fantastic job with them. So really, really good looking ones.
All right, so you want to get out there and grab your tree, and then they'll hold it and deliver it when you want it. But kind of first come, first serve. All right, let me see if I can get back to the phones here. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Penny, thank you. What's going on with your lawn?
I have a weed called oxalis in my yard, and I think a couple others. And I'm wondering what I can do through the winter now to take care of that, and then just general control of the lawn.
Okay. The oxalis is the genus name for clover. So anything that is called oxalis is a type of clover or is very similarly related to clover. We use a product, the active ingredient is called carfentrazone, and the product is called Weed-Free Zone. And it seems to work better on the oxalis type plants than any of the other lawn weed killers out there. And so that's one that we recommend if you've got oxalis or clover or spotted spurge or any of that kind of a thing. So it's important to get that on and kill off any of the perennial versions of that. Now, there are some annual versions that will die off here pretty soon, but they're going to leave behind a lot of seed. So we do a pre-emergent pre-emergent control in the spring early, like in February. We use a product called All Seasons, put out by Fertilome. And then that usually takes care of most of the weeds. But those oxalis don't germinate till it gets hot, usually June, July. So we make, or we suggest, if you have that as a problem, that you put that All Seasons down again in June or July. And you can do that. Or if you're following our lawn care program, we have a different fertilizer, the classic that goes down then. But you can add a product called Dimension, which is a pre-emergent, and you can put that on the lawn anytime, and it will control weed seeds for up to 3 months. So getting that down early in June will continue to kill those weed seeds clear through summer, and you should have good success.
Okay, is there anything we should put on the lawn now to get it through winter? Well,
if you haven't put down the classic and the soil activator, then go ahead and do that now. That should have been an October thing, so you should have put it down then. But if you haven't, go ahead and get it down now. It'd be a perfect weekend for that.
Okay, soil activator and classic.
Classic is the fertilizer. It's the slow release fertilizer that'll finish out through winter. The soil activator will help your lawn go through winter better. It increases its hardiness. It'll also help to break down dead grass and thatch. So we do that in the fall and again in the spring. And my lawn, my 10-year-old lawn, has never had to be thatched. So yeah, I have no thatch in my lawn.
Okay, so you have classic spoil activator, and then there was one more.
The other would be the Dimension.
Dimension.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Penny.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can squeeze in one more quickly. Hi, Nancy. What's going on with the hydrangea?
Well, I just want to know, it's getting ready for winter, and I want to know when or how you prune it. And I know that some plants that bloom, if you prune a certain thing, then you cut off next year's bulbs or buds. So I want to be sure that I don't do that.
Okay. So you said hydrangea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have an older version of hydrangea, it may be best not to do a lot of pruning on it. Just you can do some cleanup pruning, trim off the old blossoms and kind of even up the plant a little bit. But any heavy pruning, you may end up losing your flower buds. Some of the newer versions, like Endless Summer, and there's a few others out there, Twist and Shout, Bloomstruck, I believe. There's several versions out there now that bloom on new growth, and so you can cut them clear to the ground and they would come back and still bloom for you year after year after year. So if you know which version you have, then you can prune accordingly. If you don't know which version you have, then wait. I would say just do the cleanup prune on it. The older versions bloom on the previous year's growth. So if you prune all of this year's growth off, it won't have any blooms for next year.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yes, that's what I needed. Thanks.
Thank you.
Alrighty, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
Nancy. All right. Hi, Kathy. What's going on with your Bermuda grass?
Well, unfortunately, it has invaded the asparagus bed. It's a raised bed, and it's been producing usable asparagus for 2 years now. But the bed's been invaded with all this Bermuda grass, and I keep pulling it out, and it keeps coming back. And there's no way to move the asparagus to any other place right now. What can I do?
Well, that's a very good question because the answer is not going to be easy. There's a couple of things you can do that what you're doing, which is maintaining, keeping that out as much as possible is probably the best thing you can do. And then if it starts to come back, there is a product you can spray in there called Over the Top. It kills grasses and grass-like plants. So it will kill anything that has a grassy type leaf. But it shouldn't bother your asparagus. Now, I recommend that you don't be spraying, not that the spray is really bad, but during the time that you are harvesting. So you could do some spraying now to get it under control, and you can do some spraying in the summertime to keep it under control. But in the spring, the best thing to do is just to physically remove it. So, and as soon as you can, dig up those asparagus, get them out of there, get the bed all cleaned out if you can, and then replant back in. It's just because that stuff is just so invasive.
Well, yeah, but right now there's no way I can replant it, and I can't move the asparagus to someplace else. So.
Yeah.
All righty, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, we'll take a break here in just a moment, but we're going to have one more chance for you to give us a call and get your name in the hat. The phone number is 541-776-5770, and when you call in, somebody's going to get a $20 gift card. Oh, they already got it on the screen, don't mean me. $20 gift card there for Four Seasons Nursery. Now, you can go out Highway 62 if you're in the Medford area. You go out Highway 62, get off on Vilas Road, hop over the frontage road, go up about a half mile, you can't miss it. And what are your hours now?
We're open
10 to noon.
We're still open 9 to 5,
Okay.
Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays.
Oh, good. Yeah, the pastor's having him sign the guest book. Who are you? All right, so 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday. And if you are a live Christmas tree person, you may want to consider checking them out there at the Four Seasons. By the way, they have the blue spruce in now, all sizes, and it's kind of first come, first served. So you could go out there, select your tree, pay for it, he'll tag it, and then when you want it, they'll deliver it to you.
Yes, and by the way, the live Christmas tree delivery is always free. So, so live trees delivered for free.
Yeah, and they're just fun to have, and they smell so good and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I have one. All right, let's see here. Let me take Fred, and then I want you to also prepare the audience for the Miracle Anita Blend application on the roses.
All right.
Now, last year you figured out how to do this in your shop.
Yes, and we'll have it again this next year.
All right, I can't emphasize this enough. Let me take one more call before we take a break. Fred, thanks for waiting. What's going on with your lawn?
Well, I've got a couple of questions. On my rose bushes, I have 3 foot, 4 foot, and 5 foot bushes. How far down should I cut those?
Oh, well, that's a good question. The smaller ones really won't need to be cut other than just to shear off the old blooms and the junk that's on them. But I usually say waist high. So if they're shorter than that, then just go ahead and leave them. And they'll be fine. The idea of cutting them back right now is to reduce the amount of material that you have to spray for dormant spray, and to get them to look clean over the winter, as opposed to just these big gnarly brambling things all over the place. So theoretically you could actually cut them all back to 2 feet high and it wouldn't hurt anything. You're going to do your final pruning in February, so that's when you will be more careful about how you prune, and you'll prune down to the correct area, etc., etc. But for now it's just a cleanup type thing, so that would be up to you.
Sounds good, thank you. My main concern is my lawn's turned brown on me.
Okay.
Both of them. So, and I did thatch them, and so can I reseed those?
You're late for reseeding. Soil temperatures aren't going to be warm enough for seed development to actively create a nice lawn for you. So I would suggest waiting until spring. If you've got a lot of bare patches, you can throw some fine mulch over the top and leave that so you don't have a muddy mess all winter long. But yeah, really going for grass seed right now is you're not going to be as successful as you would like, I'm sure.
Okay.
So what kind of mulch you have it down there? What's good mulch?
The black gold soil conditioner works fantastic.
Black gold.
Yeah.
Okay, just wait till spring then.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, let me take a break real quick and get in the last segment. The phone number, if you want to join us, 541-776-5770. Tim Elbert, the Terminator. Timinator. Triminator.
The Triminator, yeah. this time of year.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Daniel and I work at theDove TV. You know, compared to Portland, Seattle, and LA, Medford might be considered a small market. But at theDove, we're excited about the opportunity to make a big impact right here in our community. And you help make that happen. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us now by making a secure online donation at our website, thedove.us, or by phoning 541-776-5368.
Okay, this is your last chance to get your name in the hat. The phone number to talk to Tim is 541-776-5770. And when you call in with a question, your name goes in the hat for a $20 gift card out at the Four Seasons Nursery. Great time to have that. You could use it for Christmas gifts. You could use it towards a live Christmas tree. You could use it towards anything you want to use it towards. How's that? And we're going to give you some advice here about your roses coming up in just a moment. But let me squeeze in a couple of calls. Hi, Dorothy. What's going on with your azalea?
Well, we just received an azalea in a pot as a gift, and I don't know where to put it and how long we leave it in the pot. And I was just wondering where to put it and when to take it out of the pot.
Okay. So azaleas that we get as gifts typically come from a florist shop and are not varieties that are hardy for our climate, acclimated for our climate. So putting them outside when they're done blooming it's going to be very difficult for you to be successful with them. We enjoy them while they're in bloom, and then after that, yeah, good 90+% of the time you're going to lose it anyways. So if you want to try, though, put it in a very protected area. You'll want to mulch it good over the winter time, and it needs to have some afternoon shade for sure, if not shade all day long. You can leave it in a container, and they'll do fairly well in a pot, but definitely have to protect it from our cold winters. They're only hardy down to about 25 degrees or so, and then they're done.
Okay.
Plant it like on the west side.
You'd want to go more on the east side where it's going to get some morning sun and then shade in the afternoon.
In a shaded area.
Yes.
Yeah. And when should I pick the blooms off?
As soon as they start to curl and turn dry.
And do you keep the soil moist?
Yes.
And if I went again to take it out of the pot?
You can do that anytime, actually. So you can plant it in the ground anytime. Your best chance, though, would be to plant it in the spring after danger of frost.
Oh. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dorothy. Okay, let's, hi, Alice. Whoop, there you go. Whoop, Alice, hello. I can't. Hey, guys, you may have to trip Alice for me on the line. Hello, in there. I can't get Alice on. Okay, sorry about that. Let me see if I can get my computer. Okay, I think I got, no, I'm froze up. I just lost everything. I'm sorry about that. My computer just went dead. All right, let me ask you this.
Yes.
You're saying a cleanup prune on the roses now.
Yes.
That's all. So you don't do the big pruning yet. That's coming in February, usually around, say, Valentine's Day.
Correct. And the reason why I don't do that pruning now is because if we're going to have a really hard winter, then having enough branches left over will be more protective to the plant than having it cut way back and opened up and everything. So it gives us a chance to have a little bit of extra protection for wintertime. If you were to go through and do that full pruning right now, it wouldn't hurt the rose unless we did have a harsh winter.
So you should be, but you were saying dormant spray now?
Dormant spray now. So usually, we say right around Thanksgiving time. Well, we're close enough to that we could be okay. And with this weather that we're having, it's colder and it's definitely more wintry. They're definitely going dormant now. So do that cleanup prune, clean everything up. The last thing you'll do around them this time of year is going to be that one application of copper spray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just kind of mark on your calendar, come February after you do your main pruning back, there is this little, we call it the Miracle Anita formula that you put around the base of your rose and let the rain take it in through the rest of the winter. And it's a combination of Epsom salt and alfalfa meal. And you figured out a way to mix that there at the shop.
Yeah, yep. So we take the alfalfa meal and the Epsom salt and we mix it together at the right proportions. We do it in a great big old tub. Okay. And then you can come in and get what you need for your however many roses you have. So you don't have to have a whole bunch of it laying around. You don't have to mix it yourself. We'll have it all ready for you.
And I got to tell you, I've had people, we've been talking about this for several years, but I've had people tell me, say, I didn't believe it. Finally I got it, I put it on there, and you're right. But the key is putting it on, say, in February. That's the key.
Yeah, so in February, when we do that final pruning, then we go through, we do the final pruning, we feed them with the Anita's Magic Mix, and then you do your final dormant spray at that point as well. And so those three things, you can get it all done in an afternoon, and you'll have some really fantastic looking roses. But yes, and then you continue to feed your roses through the year, but at that point you'll just use a standard rose food. So why do we use this Anita's Magic Mix, and what makes it so fantastic? Well, the alfalfa meal has a natural growth stimulant that alfalfa creates and makes, and this puts the roses into a growing mode.
There's a lot of nitrogen in it,
and
too, doesn't it?
Yes, and a lot of nitrogen. So it's a good source of organic nitrogen. But there's lots of sources of organic nitrogen. So why alfalfa meal? It's because it's not just that. It has this growth hormone in it that gets the roses take up and go, oh, hey, it's time to grow.
Okay.
So it puts them into a growth mode. So it's fantastic for that. Epsom salts, high in magnesium. Several types of plants use magnesium a lot. And so the extra magnesium is used to build stronger, thicker, heavier canes, and will help hold those roses better and give you better color. So that's why we're using those, and that's why you end up with this fantastic mix, and not just an old wives' tale.
It really does work.
It does
work.
work.
I think we got our phones working again. Alice, thank you for being so patient. Quickly, you had a question about pruning?
I do. I have a couple of spirea bushes, and when I pruned or deadheaded them, they got a lot of growth at the top where I deadheaded, but they're kind of lanky, and so they don't look real pretty. And I didn't want to prune them in case I pruned all the flowers off. So I didn't know if I should leave them for this year or what I should do.
Right. Are they summer bloomers?
Yes.
Okay, so you can prune them. You can prune them as far back as you want to, because they'll put all that growth on in the spring, and then those flower buds will form and they'll produce flowers for you for summer. If it was one of the spring blooming ones, then we would have to caution a little bit more. There's a better chance of losing some blooms from that. But as far as the summer blooming ones go, have at it. Prune them back as much as you want.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty.
All right, one more, see if I can squeeze it in. Jan, quickly, what's going on with your peas?
Yes, is it too late to plant peas?
Not in my opinion. I think you could plant peas now and be just fine. Yeah.
Straight in the ground, or should I put them in 6-packs first?
No, I'd go right into the ground.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
All right, one more. Steve, what's going on with your lawn?
Yeah, hey, I can barely hear you, but...
Go ahead.
We've been talked about this before, Tim. I have a big problem with snow mold.
Okay.
And nothing we seem to put on there solves this problem. Man, every spring, my lawn is a disaster.
Did we get did we try the f-stop on that in this time of year?
I have, excuse me, yes, I have tried that.
And still no success. Okay, so there's one other thing that I would suggest for you to do, and it would be probably in early February if we get some dry weather. And as soon as we get some dry weather after the 1st of February, use a product called Liquid Systemic Fungicide by Fertilome, and try that on there. If that doesn't work, we'll give your money back on it. So don't worry about that.
So do I put the stuff on there now?
I would say, the f-stop is a good systemic fungicide for lawns, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some on now for help through the winter. But I would still do that spray right after the 1st of February, as soon as we've got a few days of dry weather, and see if that doesn't stop it for you. But one way or another, we're going to get it under control.
Yeah. Okay. We'll give it a try then. Okay.
All righty.
Thanks.
All right.
We're going to see if we can get a winner here for the $20 gift card out at the Four Seasons Nursery. And you go out Highway 62, you get off on Vilas Road. You go up past that big Army-Navy store there, Go up past that about a half mile, you'll see the nursery off to the right. And they're open from 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday. And the winner is?
The winner is Helen.
Helen?
Yes.
All right, Helen, you are the winner. You knew that, but now you really are a winner.
Now we know that.
Now we know that. All right, so you're going to get the $20 gift card. And what do you have out there quickly in the way of color right now?
Well, there's still some pansies out there. The coral bells are looking really good. That's one plant that really starts to look more and more colorful as the temperatures drop down. Okay. There are some winter blooming camellias right now that look fantastic. Beautiful pink blooms on those. They'll continue to bloom through winter for you. So those are going. Let's see what else. I had a very crazy morning this morning, so I didn't get a chance to walk through. But I know there's some lavender that's still blooming out there, looking really good.
And if you want the first pick of the Blue Spruce live Christmas tree, you can go out there, pick it out now. He'll hold it for you and deliver it to you when you're ready. So you may want to check that out this weekend. All right, 9 to 5 there at the Four Seasons Nursery. We'll see you next time on Focus Today.
Hi, I'm Jim and I work at the Dove TV. Every weekday between 6 and 8 a.m., our award-winning news and sports team bring you the best morning show around. It's live, it's honest, and it's a whole lot of fun. And you help make it happen. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us continue to air local programs that share your voice by making a secure online donation at our website, thedove.us.